Hearing Wonder play Janus Rock, he's like, you can't die, you can't die, you literally can't die, you can't die, you can't die. In every team fight.
We got the...
Hello. Who can't die? I've done an equalization here between Crolux, who you can see the top right, and of course,
Hey!
Agent Chief, the bottom left there. And
Hello.
Day 7 in the middle, the host of today's show, and it's, as always, TG Diamonds, yeah, because this season, 6, we always have the TG line on air, EOJs. Anyways, welcome to the TG League here live on Twitch.tv.
No, it's fine. I'm here.
No, not for me. You're fine for me.
That's what. Yeah. Anyways, today's gonna be. Okay, I'll fix it.
Okay. So tell me, Major Cheese, who do we have here today?
Today we have an epic matchup between Team Black Rose and Crolux Party. And it's going to be a pretty hype one, especially for Black Rose, because if they win this, they're looking pretty good in the standings. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. That team has already defeated a lot of teams in Group D, and they have racked up 3 wins already. So that means that if they were to win this match tonight, they would be definitely locked in for playoffs, and not only that, but also first place. So that would be really good for them. They are definitely looking to secure their place in playoffs right tonight. And on the other side, though, we have Crolux's party. So, what are they looking to do in here exactly? Tell me.
I mean, we have two returning players from Team Prodigy. I believe it was Crolux and who did you say, Denki?
No, it's
Denki.
actually not actually blind. The
Yeah,
mid lane.
Oh,
yeah,
Insidious
the
is-
main, yes. They're coming for Prodigy, which is our Season 4 GD Plat champions.
Yeah.
And so they are looking to come in here and make a statement in GG Diamond, and maybe they can repeat some of the success they had in GG Plat. So it's gonna be a spicy one, and definitely excited to see where this one goes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get Major Cheese here. You need to join the lobby still, and then we are actually complete, I believe so.
Yeah.
So
So
I'll give you the link if you have it. Go, just
Uh,
go ahead.
It will be good to go.
yes, I am on my way. I actually just made a big boo-boo. Like, maybe you should start League of Legends when you're casting. That might be that might be pro. Like, it helps. I was like,
Preparation, by the way.
Were the casters today? I'll announce it once again once we have more people. The numbers are going up right now, but yeah, the caster obviously on the top right, as I said, is Sherlock. On the bottom left, it is Crolux. Sorry, Major Cheese. My bad. Today, Crolux party is playing. Anyways, and I'm J7, your host. Once again, you will be seeing more of these guys in virtual draft as well as in the spectator delay and all of that stuff. I am only here in the lounge, so if you want to see me, come check out in between games, I guess. Anyways, I think everybody's in the lobby right now. Yes? No?
yes, I'm on my way. There we
Major
go.
Cheese. There we go.
Oh, it has
it's
expired.
full.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to invite me, I think. When you fix that. It did not work.
I mean, there we go. Now it works.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Okay, we are actually ready to go. If you can talk a bit about the teams, actually, Sherlock, if you want, in the meantime.
Yeah, sure. So, on one side we have Black Rose, right? Black Rose, first team of Group D for now, and right now they are looking so hot. They have 2-0 Team Nameless, which is a team that has participated in the TJ Diamond before, and they have 2-0'd, I think it was, yeah, Teta Academy. So, looking pretty good right now, as they have, they do have the advantage over top 2 and top 3 of their groups, and they have also beaten 2-1 the Team Desire, which is, hold on, the team with TJ Flatline, the big champion of the TJ Diamond League Season 5 and finalist of the Season 4. So that win was really surprising to me because I was kind of looking up at Team Desire as like one of the favorites for the tournament, but right now their place in the standing is so threatening for them. You can't help but be wary of Team Desire getting eliminated from playoffs, and Black Rose is looking so good right now. Like, I'm telling you,
So
this team is definitely the team to watch.
yeah. So are you saying we have maybe a future champion in our midst?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very cool. Like, oof. It's very interesting to see, like, if they win this game and lock playoffs, if they're gonna keep their streak going. Because I've had my experience. I've seen a lot of undefeated teams go
Yeah.
really well in groups, and then playoffs comes around and you just tank. But this team, like, from what I've seen, like, they look really strong, and I feel like I have a good feeling about them.
Yeah, not only that, but also the thing is that for Black Rose, they do have a lot of competition once they lock in playoffs, because in the other groups, all of the top teams are not to be messed around with. They are so strong. There is a huge level right now in the TJ Diamond League, the splits.
Okay, I'm just asking chat if microphone is ready.
Yeah.
Microphone. Teams are ready. And if the microphone is fixed now for you guys on Twitch, just give me. Actually, you can hear me. I don't need to text it in. Yeah. Just let me know, Twitch chat, if my microphone is still weird as hell or not. If it's fixed, that'll be great. In the meantime, we're gonna have a look at our virtual draft because I believe the teams have already started. Yep, there we go. So the first band is gonna be Wukong, and I think there's gonna be a Nivea pick coming up next. And you have to say bye-bye to my camera, but you can still see on your left side, of course, Major Cheese, and on the right side, Sherlock. So yeah, walk us through this draft, please.
Yeah, so right now we have bands coming through. kind of getting rid of all of the one-trick champions on each
Yeah,
side.
all the comfort picks here are being systemically eliminated
Yeah.
here. So nothing too surprising just yet. Not that
I
a lot of
like the
picks.
Olaf ban though.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty problem pick at the moment, but it's not too usual. But it's definitely if someone's comfortable on it, he can do a lot in a team environment. And but there we see the Lulu. Yes, the bane of every bot lane's existence is gone. And there we see a first pick Caitlyn from Black Rose, which no surprise, like it's a really common
Absolutely.
pick at the moment. Like
I'm basically the most dominant AD carry right now in the bottom lane. You can say those words.
yeah, what do you mean 600 range?
Yeah,
Balance?
yeah.
Hello, like
Lots
yes.
of critical strike damages, headshots. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Oh, we see the Akali lock in here. That's actually gonna be not only a comfort pick for Crolux, a little bit of a steal away from Black Rose's mid lane as well. So if they lock this in here, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
definitely.
quite alright.
Also,
But
you have to keep in mind that Not Actually Blind is a mid laner that almost only plays assassins. So every single time he's playing those like Akali, Zed, Fizz, he's having such a great time in that mid lane, and his jungler is buying him so much space whenever he wants to play
oh,
around.
I
It's
like.
actually messy.
I mean, I like the picks. They do kind of eliminate the flex options unless they are looking at Shen support, but it's kind of most likely it's going to be top lane. But still, two really strong picks at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Now, with that Shen being locked in, you have to be wary on the side of Crox's party because we've been discussing about that pick before the stream started. We've been talking about that Soraka top lane that could come through on the side of Black Rose, right?
Yeah. Oh, the classics are in there as well. Oh, the LeBlanc. There is the one. That's one of the other big counter picks for I think both mid laners here. Like
Yeah.
and but that it just looks like it's going to be that's a Volibear.
Okay.
Pretty surprised
so,
it wasn't picked earlier actually, but. Unless you're less, then if they pick Volibear early, you're kind of trolling. But some teams really do like it, and I think it's a really strong pick. And we have some Morgana. We have second phase here. Crolux teams bans Morgana. I mean, they have a lot of playmaking, so getting that off the board as a potential deny is really good. Then the Ash ban of obviously the common answer into Caitlyn, so they eliminate sort of any eventual counter picks, which tells us that they probably gonna look to play a bit more bot side focused.
So you're really right, actually. I feel like that Volibear should have come actually earlier or later. Like, R3 Volibear here is so weird to me because you're not only losing a lot of options on the AD carry role while Caitlyn is picked up on the enemy team, and at the same time, because right here, yeah, you could ban Jhin as well. That's what I was gonna be talking about. So you're losing a lot of options as a bottom laner, and you're also locking in a pick that doesn't have that high of a priority right now in the draft by locking in the Shen. So right now, Crox's party is in a very weird spot where they have to pick an AD carry and lock in either a support or a bottom laner that should be doing well into the Caitlyn.
Kalista. This is a comfort pick from Crolux AD carry, but it's still. I mean, there are different opinions about the matchup. Me as an AD carry myself, I think that the amount of skill you have to actually execute Kalista in a Caitlyn environment, obviously support or not, and we might have a settler game. We see if that ends up going support, but it's really hard to navigate as a Kalista into a Caitlyn because you get so outranged. Oh, Maokai coming in from Black Rose. So it looks to be set support, unless it's Maokai support. I mean, there is Maokai would actually Maokai would actually be more of a trap setup, and that's a Galio. So
Galio support, definitely.
Or Shen support, technically.
Judging by the solo queue histories of the players, that's definitely a Galio support.
Yeah, but you gotta think about the spicy triple flex, man.
I mean, I could be betting all of my connectors on that pick right now. And
yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I agree. But you know,
but I do agree that in other conditions, in other circumstances, we could have had the triple flex. I mean, maybe some crazy river Shen going on in the jungle. That could have been a thing.
I mean, why
maybe
not?
some months ago.
If
but
they,
why
I mean,
not showing
Crolux want to make a statement, and that would be a way to make your mark on the league. I mean, there are different ways to make
You're
your mark
right.
in the league, you know. So might be the team that just pulls out all the crazy stops. And but one thing we didn't touch on was, but actually one thing I'm actually surprised got through the draft here is kind of Soraka. You know, I was actually expecting to see it.
Yeah, I mean, the moment they locked in Kha'Zix and LeBlanc, I knew that Soraka would be done for.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely not the kind of picks that you want to bring Soraka with. But I'm agreeing that we could be seeing it next game, or we could be seeing some even more aggressive picks on the side of Black Rose if they are to snowball that game out of control. Because do remember that right now it's first team of Group D facing off last team of Group D, so there's a very high team cohesion discrepancy between the two teams that could very well result in a quick game and also maybe a quick series.
Okay. So, but if we're gonna see here, in terms of like, what do you think about the team matchup? Specifically, I want to look at the kind of the mid 2v2 because it's gonna be a big decider this game. I feel like we have the Volibear Akali against the LeBlanc Kha'Zix. Who do you think gets the edge here in the early game? And kind
Well,
of.
in terms of mid lane 2v2 that you're bringing up, Volibear is going to be hating himself right there. He can't do anything against the LeBlanc, and he doesn't have any agency in 2v2s when it comes to LeBlanc and Kha'Zix on one side and Volibear and Akali on the other. Like, Akali wants to fight on the lane, she doesn't want to be skirmishing in the jungle too much, and Volibear is going to be having a hard time committing onto the Kha'Zix and tanking and sustaining the damage of the LeBlanc on the other hand. So in terms of mid lane 2v2, it's going to be a hard win by Black Rose, and Crolux's party is going to have very low lane priority in the early levels, especially considering that neither of these two mid laners has a lot of wave clear. So LeBlanc's wave clear, which is usually a problem, right, will not be preventing Black Rose from playing around mid lane this time around. But on the other side, though, the main matchup that you have to get onto is the Volibear with Kalista and Galio in the bottom lane, because that amount of like,
don't forget the Shen ultimate, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was scared about him navigating Kalista, but I mean, they have a really clear win condition to play around here. Like, if they can use all of the tools to get down to the bottom and get that Kalista ahead, they're gonna be pretty strong here going forward. But it is actually a bit heavy on execution to actually get that Kalista ahead, because if they fall behind in any way early game, it's gonna be pretty rough. Because Kalista is, you know, generally a champion that does not want to fall behind in the early game.
Yeah.
She kind of cries.
Quick point out here to finish off your sentence there. And in the meantime, while we had obviously this beautiful analysis here by Major Cheese and Sherlock, make sure to check out down below their social media and give them a heads up. If it's their Twitter, just post a little comment, let them know that you like what they're doing. If it's their Twitch, drop them a follow. Everything helps. In the meantime, I will also direct your attention to the Twitch chat here. Obviously, you can see that the betting is already full on going and everybody's betting left and right, and the followers are coming through for some more points. If you want to get more points, just be active in chat, text, talk to other people, give us your opinion, and of course, bet correctly, because that's how you get more connectors. Right now, we can see that the bets are actually 80-20 in split, so 80 in favor of the blue side, as to be expected. And yeah, that should be it for my side. Afterwards, you're going to have a vote for the MVP. A little bit of a poll at the end of the game of the winning team, so just stay tuned for that as well, because we need your input to help decide who was the MVP, and in playoffs it's going to be very important. This is just a test phase, because in playoffs we're going to determine the playoffs MVP and also give him a little extra. So yeah, thank you for participating in chat. I see already 40 people. Thank you so much for being here. And Sherlock and Major Cheese, what do you think? Who's going to win today in game number 1 between Black Rose and Crolux Party?
I mean, me personally, I would have to give it to Black Rose, because like there is a way, but it's really close for me. Even though Black Rose is a really strong team and they have Like they are really good and really hot right now, and they have a really good comp. Like they really have the early game 2v2. There is a way that Crolux can actually win. The problem is that they need to get a bot lane ahead early, and we just talked about, as Charlotte mentioned, they don't exactly have the winning mid jungle 2v2. And when it comes to early and snowballing, like mid jungle 2v2 is like one of the most important aspects of the game to actually, get a snowball going and get a lead going in the early game, because you get so much map control. So I mean, that coupled with how good these guys have been playing, like I think they can execute these types of champions, and I would have to give this game to Black Rose.
Yeah, I can't help but agree with you. I'm thinking that when you have players that are looking as hot as the Black Rose players are, and you give them that type of competition that has so many ways of being played around, right? You have the LeBlanc and Kha'Zix win condition, you have the Maokai, Sett, and Caitlyn front-to-back teamfight win condition. You can basically come back from every side of that draft, and even if you fall behind on one part of the map, the rest of the team is going to be stepping up to help you out. So I feel like Black Rose is really finding themselves with a huge win on the outcome of that draft here, especially considering the loose conditions on the side of Crolux's party. Because if you just have an overall look at Crolux's party's comp, you have Kalista, Akali, Shen, Galio, and Volibear. All of those picks combined, what they want to do is not play front-to-back organized team fights. They want pure chaos. They want to go in at you, right? You have the Volibear going in to deactivate towers. You have then the Akali that's going to be going in with a Shroud, and you have Shen and Galio jumping on top of her. So this is pretty much going to be, we're going to rush into you straight ahead. But the main problem is that you're facing Maokai, you're facing Sett, you're facing, and then the back line is composed of Caitlyn, Kha'Zix, and LeBlanc. Like, all of those picks have ways of disengaging, and all of the front lines are really tough to get by, because Sett is going to stop you back into your team. Maokai is with his ultimate is going to stop you from flanking and stuff. So it's going to be really hard for Crolux's party to play into the enemy composition.
Yeah, for sure. Like, obviously, I just saw that you mentioned, Maokai said, I was like, playing engage compete to those two champs is like, and then on top of that, you have two assassins that are gonna constantly threaten your backline. Like, it's gonna be rough, but it's good for me because that's gonna be a lot of good juicy team fights with a lot of action.
Got a lot of people already cheering here left and right for Kaboom Games, which is obviously the jungler here for Black Rose. So Darkstar Kha'Zix is the skin he chose today with Conqueror actually, and Volibear went press the attack. In the top lane we'll have Maokai with Aftershock, Shen with Grasp of the Undying, Akali Fleet Footwork in the mid lane of course, and the TP actually. Meanwhile, LeBlanc here with the Electrocute and Ignite, running that down in mid lane, and Caitlyn running the Fleet Footwork opposed to Kalista's Hail of Blades, both of them having a heal. And secondary, their supports will have Ignite, and the Galio with a support Aftershock there. Meanwhile, the Sett here running this Phase Rush, so definitely interesting to see that one. Yeah, I'll direct your attention once more again to the betting. We have 11, 20, 12, around 13 bets here going on. So we have a huge favoring side on the blue side, 84% going towards the blue side, only 15% believe on the red side. And there we go. This shall be the game. We are loading in just a second. Yep. I shall switch the scene in just a second as soon as they spawn. With that being said, good luck to both of you. And I think the first wake is...
Thank you very much.
Can't see just yet.
Yeah, first wake's not...
Yeah, they will spawn with the players, so just give it a second here. There we go. First wake is a mountain drake, so no mountain drake sold today. Enjoy the game.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Yeah.
So,
I'm getting more and more hyped. This is gonna be a good one.
For sure.
Like, we already see some pings coming out from both teams. It looks like seems to be a standard 5-point cover here coming out from Crolux actually. Meanwhile, Yeah, Team Rose Academy are actually not covering. They did put a ward down, but I feel like now that they have maybe they could have used something else and just put like their support there to cover that brush or AD carry usually. So I mean, not the most efficient ward usage, you know, for those who care about that.
Yeah.
Kalista, I mean, if you're that close to the brush, I mean, you probably could have gotten engaged on. So kind of a risky one to go for, but does end up getting value of it. But yeah.
It's a Hail of Blade Callister, so if there were to be an engage on her, I'm pretty sure she would have just hopped her way out of
Yeah,
to
the hopped,
safety.
hopped. By the way, speaking of runes, I noticed actually Caitlyn went for the fleet, which is a very standard rune choice, but I'm feeling like in a lane like this, which is very fight-centric, I kind of used to see more like lethal tempo running on her, because it's not like they're gonna... I mean, I guess the Galio poke, but what do you think about that? I feel like I would have valued the extra damage a bit more, but if you
Yeah,
don't want
that
to,
would
but you don't want actually you don't want to all in a Kalista. So I kind of see it because if you don't want to all in anyway, you can actually just use the extra health to sustain up. But
The
they're
thing is
definitely
that with Fleet Footwork, however, you're kind of like regenerating health that you're never gonna lose because Calista and Galio, it's all about all in, you know, it's all about like one just
always.
bursting your target in one go, right? And not about poke or anything. So I'm really not a fan of going Fleet Footwork. I think a more ludicrous choice would have been Grasp, actually.
We seem to actually have a pause here. It seems like the top laner for Crolux Gaming, Crolux Body, has had a bit of some disconnection errors here. Maybe someone in the house is donating, you know, a bit too much indecent content, so probably gotta fix that. Jason, do we have any? Oh,
Yeah,
no, wait.
updates. It's
starting.
gonna resume in 2 seconds.
Yeah, good. Okay, we're back. So, what if you're gonna finish your point? If we see some trading here in the mid lane?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much done. Just saying that Grasp would have been much better on that Caitlyn. You get the same amount of healing and the HP scaling as well, which is really nice.
Denki using his level 2 advantage, got a bit of trade, but still pretty even, because Shen kind of nice.
Something quite interesting, by the way, is that Kha'Zix has gone for the Hunter's Talisman instead of the Machete, so you would have expected him to clear his red side first, but instead he's done red, blue, Gromp, and he's now descending all the way back to the
Meanwhile, in
bottom side of
bot
the
lane
map.
here, yeah, we have he's looking here in the alcove, maybe to the play, but the bot lane, of course, has pushed up a little, but maybe the set is enough. The flash comes out from Volleyball, the W set is flashing away, and he's gonna revive. Volleyball gets really low here.
Oh my god, and now the lane is actually in a very bad state for Kalista and
Top
Galio.
lane, Shen going in, no mana on the Makai, but
Yeah.
it's a tank matchup, so he's
If
gonna
I
be
may
okay,
intercept it, I can actually explain this, Sherlock. So why he chose to do this pathing. If you go, you have 2 choices on Kha'Zix, since I used to make Kha'Zix in the jungle. You have 2 choices. You can go Machete, then you go buff, but since they changed the XP on that, it's not very valid anymore. It's like buff, Gwomp. As we have a top lane trade. 1 second. Jake is just gonna walk this one off.
He's trying to run it down, but yeah.
And then if you go the Hunter's Talisman is just for full clear, but you can't do the full clear immediately because Crocs and Chickens
we see
do
a
too
gank
much
in
damage.
mid lane, but he's gonna get out with the shroud. Most likely, yeah. Crolux is here to back his mid lane up, so nothing more gonna happen there.
So basically the Talisman is actually...
Kha'Zix going in on the Volleyball. He has a level advantage. All LeBron coming in with the chains, it hits, and that's first blood going over to Team Rose Academy. I mean, a bit of a blunder there on the overstay there on the jungler of Crolux party.
And with that first blood, LeBlanc is actually going to be even more dominant in that mid lane. Not only does she have the range advantage over the Akali.
We see an engage here in the bot lane.
Okay.
We actually have trades all over the maps, but it seems to only be some small skirmishes. Go ahead.
Yeah, but right now, so she does have range advantage and also...
a gank in the mid lane. He's gonna yes, but ignite. It's ticking.
And now no flash on the Akali to add up on that, so that LeBlanc is going to be having a really good time. She can also crush the wave down under Akali's tower, and even though Akali does have the teleport available, she's going to be forced to blow it to just save her wave. And right now,
another gank in the mid lane. He just got back. Leave the poor guy alone.
Yeah.
He's just getting
So-
hammered. Like, he's just like, team, the jungle can't be. Oh, a flash in, W in from Galio in the bot lane. Katil is going down. But there's some returns for Seth, but he is gonna keep him alive. Meanwhile, Shen is gonna TP in, and that's gonna be a double kill for Crolux. And just as we see that Team Rose Academy gets an advantage in the mid lane, Crolux Party gets the advantage in their favorite lane here. Like, 2 kills, both on the Kalista, like, could you even...
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
more
going to be
can you
really huge. That's going to be a really huge here for that Kalista. She's sitting on 1700 gold, so she could totally decide to go for a skirmish or, Balewater Cutlass first. Instead, going to go Berserk and a Longsword. So, full snowball potential enabled. Maximum attack speed, you have the movement speed as well. Really nice itemization here. Oh, she also gets a dagger off the back of it. So, right now, this Kalista is in a very good place, and that's the main win condition of Crolux's party, so everyone is quite happy with that one.
got the Shane Lennox, but the Kali, she hit level 6, the Bunk's level 5, maybe she kill attempt here. No, he's gonna actually just walk it out.
Yeah, just decides to pay respect to Kaboom Games on the Kazakhs.
Yeah, like he's scarred mentally right now. We all had those games where you just like, I mean, he's probably not here, but oh man, I've played too much solo queue. Oh, and Ian from the Galio. He's gonna hit the taunt on both actually. Kalista is free hitting, all the spears are stacking up, and this might be another kill going over. Oh, he's so low. Oh, the snipe! The snipe going to Kalista. The Shen taunt going to give him extra healing. LeBlanc desperate tries to get the kill. Kha'Zix is still here though, this Galio is not long for the world. The Shen taunt actually misses. Oh no. Now Shen is a bit of trouble here. Can he get out? Taunt is not available yet. The shield from the wall, he's gonna keep it off. He is forced to flash in the end though, and yeah, that's 1-for-1 trade actually only. Kind of looked to be a lot more. It was really spicy, but again,
huge amount.
Kalista, 3 kills.
Yeah, sure, she does have 3 kills, but that's a huge amount of resources wasted on the side of Crolux's party, and not so much on the side of Black Rose. So right now, you do have the early game composition on the side of Crolux's party, so you're feeling quite sad actually to blow that much resources to only get a single kill in return.
Yeah.
All of the health bars from Crolux's party members were so low at the outcome of that team fight. It was inches
Gank
from
in
being
mid lane. The Shane actually lands. The set's here. The E follow up. The ult. Can she get out? Perfect execution. Oh, she tries to put on Swifty Boots, but the Ignite can't dodge that damage. It's gonna take her down in the end. Maybe even, I think it was even an auto as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The Kali
the Kali,
does not have teleporter anymore, so that huge wave is going to be crashing on the tower, denying her a lot of resources.
I feel bad for him, but also like he has, what is that? Like the 4th gank almost, and only 1 death. But like he's not having a fun game. You know, God's favorite champion, all he wants to do is to show off his mechanics, and then he just gets camped on by the enemy jungler, being like, guys, please, can I play game? You know? But yeah.
And I like that. I do really like that. You were bringing up in the draft that mid 2v2 was so much stronger in favor of Black Rose, and that's exactly how Black Rose is playing that game, right? They are so efficient at identifying their strengths in drafts and playing around them. Like, we said that it was a no match in favor of LeBlanc and Kha'Zix, and right now Akali is having the worst time of her life, losing so much farm under the tower.
If you just
getting ganked 4 times already.
Like honestly, I just took a look at the gold between the mid laners, and yeah, it's quite a big. Like LeBlanc is up close to like 800 gold.
Yeah,
so
700-800 gold something.
It's pretty lot, but like, I mean, we see this. Both teams actually have the leads where they want them. Like they're trying to play towards the win conditions. The problem is that the leads that Team Roses have is on like a Kha'Zix and a LeBlanc, and then when the fed one is your AD carry, 2 assassins fed versus 1 fed AD carry, that equation usually doesn't go well for the ADC.
Yeah,
in my
absolutely.
experience. So
Even though
yeah,
you do have it,
she
even
doesn't
though
like
you do
Galio
have
or Shen, so I mean, there are definitely tools for her to play, but it's gonna be like one misstep and it could be over.
And the main problem is that you have no enchanter, right? Like,
Yeah,
you do have a huge amount of healing, right, with Volibear, with Galio, with Shen, but the main problem is that you have nothing to soak up the burst on the ADC, and the burst from Kha'Zix and LeBlanc is so easy to output on an ADC, even though it's a Kalista, so quite mobile for what it matters. Kha'Zix's burst is point and click, right, and LeBlanc's burst can be point and click as well with the double Q. So you're looking at a team comp that needs to protect an AD carry, but is lacking the tools to do so if the assassins get refed. And so that's definitely what you have to watch out for.
yeah, definitely. I'm just wondering how many lockets are we gonna see this game. That's about the only way they can try and make up for that. Just like every tank just plays locket in the game. Like we have to protect Kalista guy.
Locket, Knightsbow, Zeki. You have
Meanwhile,
to buy them all.
We saw a bit of a plate gank in there in the mid lane, like still a lot of gold going over again to that mid jungle 2v2, and now they're gonna look to set up around this Drake, and we also have a bit of a wet noodle fight here in the top lane. Maybe a bit more,
Yeah,
maybe a bit more than that. Maybe. He's getting low, but he's gonna heal it back up. Go tank fight, boys! We vibe and now, oh, he goes back in! What? The ultimate! What is happening? Meanwhile, we have a big fight here as the dragon. Kalista ulti is thrown out. He's gonna look up too. He's getting told back. This is huge. This is huge. Kalista, she's not stunned. She's getting stacks on both. Where is the red coming? It's actually a bit off, so she only gets the one. But I mean, it's a huge kill going over there. But meanwhile, like Khalid did end up going down. Like great from this mid jungle 2v2, like from Black Rose. But it looked like Crolux is going for the Drake. I don't know if he can do this. Oh, that's I mean, I guess Shengalio, but that must have been a fat finger. But I guess, yeah, they get the jungler. Yeah.
Okay, now Kha'Zix is
And a
dead,
block
and-
going in, and that 600, that's a huge shutdown going over to Crolux party. Like,
What's
what's
happening?
happening? Like, we were just praising the teams, and then Black Rose just kind of like how the Kalista health there. She was like below 100 health almost, but she had the Galio shield on her. Like, oh man, like that could have been like the game tilter right there as Kalista, you know, just pressing flash into the Kha'Zix spot. And maybe it was prepped, you know. She could have been like, Shen ult me, I'll flash in and we kill him.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it looked
five
totally it looked totally prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now is two sides of the same coin. Right now you have Crolux's party, who's really focused, putting up a great fight, and definitely looking to make a dent in that series. At least not going down 2-0 like Team Nameless or Tesla Academy did, and looking to take a game to the
We might
first
have a
team
gank at mid lane. Actually,
Yeah,
the
not
support set's looking, but he's not gonna hold. Actually, one thing I want to ask you here is something I just saw. LeBlanc's first completed item is GPL. What do you think about this? I personally just feel like, why wouldn't you go burst bill when you're trying to like snowball your lead?
I mean,
I don't know if you like
Yeah,
maybe I'm missing something. Like,
so GLP is going to be helping you securing your burst on a mobile target, right? And that's exactly what Kalista is. So she goes in with a distortion.
oh, the hammer is going in here into taunt, but it looks like it's just gonna be a bit of a, you know, hello trade where they just be like, hey, we exist, guys, we're trading. Oh,
Yeah,
Kha'Zix going in for
nothing much
gank though.
of a
Good job with the Kalista, be with Caitlyn it, and a huge shutdown there going on to the Caitlyn. And Galio, he's trying to run away. He's gonna throw out the taunt to buy a bit more time, but yeah, his flash is down. Like he has nothing, and yeah, another kill going over to Black Rose. Like, I mean, they made a blunder, but they definitely made up for it there. Like, the big shutdown of Kalista and another kill going over to the Kha'Zix. Like, but actually, the gold is pretty even, so maybe not a big deal as I want it to be, but it felt pretty huge there, you know.
Even though the gold is even, you have to look at where the gold is, and most of the gold is actually in the hands of that Kalista on the side of Crolux's party. But if you look over at the gold on Black Rose, it's actually distributed pretty evenly between the jungle, mid, and AD carry. There's a 1,000 gold discrepancy between the two supports, and about 800 gold in favor of the top laner. Now, mid lane.
Oh, they also end up missing there. Well, maybe she makes it out here. Yeah, it looks like LeBronk's just gonna walk that one out with a bit of help of the Cloud Drake.
Okay, so definitely a nice play from Swelle.
Oh, he's fancying it. Maybe he bit off more than he can chew here. He's gonna get stunned up there by the Volibear, and yeah, definitely took on more than he bargained for there.
Okay, so you do have the advantage in terms of 2v2, but you go in one after the other, then it's not a 2v2 anymore, it's just a 1v1s after 1v1s. And that's how the Akali and the Volibear have the priority now in that mid lane. And now you see everyone grouping up towards that bottom lane looking for a dive.
And Shenhold is available, so this is definitely a possibility here. But the Volibear ult is down though, so they don't have the option to disable it. And the wave is saying, oh, we see a counter TP coming in from Black Rose. Zed is going in. He has the W to stay healthy. He's gonna get healed up. The Maokai ult is coming in. It's huge. It hits everyone. The Rock's just shredding through that Kalista. Meanwhile, the Zed is coming in. I mean, Crolux quite desperately trying to get out. They do manage to get a kill back, but the stun coming through from the Maokai. Or the root, I should say, rather. And Shen, he's desperately trying to get something back, but I don't think he's gonna win this one. No, that's not triple kill onto the block. Maybe the quadro kill. Oh, they're gonna give it to it. No, the scumbag jungler denies the quadro kill from his high skill mid laner, you know. Going there, clicking all the low health targets, just like he should.
Careful, we have a lot of Kaboom game on Twitch chat. You're gonna get flamed in a second.
I mean, the moment you said scumbag jungler, I was like, oh my god.
Sorry, I'm not. Sorry guys, I'm not based in the. I blame my ignorance. I'm not based in who is the hot stuff right here, you know. So sorry.
Oh my god. Okay,
I mean, I can take that. If you feel like you wanna get some fun meme flaming on, then fucking let it rip. Oh, Kalista coming in. You doing? That's not what you want. But yeah, Shen was there, but I guess they didn't know that Kha'Zix was winning in the wings. What a good play! Well, can't take it out of this one.
That's the party where everyone was joining one after the other. I feel like now LeBlanc wants a piece of the cake too.
Yeah, Volvi's gonna stand up, but he's pretty fine. Galio, he misses the taunt though. That means that LeBlanc's gonna be able to just W out of his set though in a bit of trouble. But the team is here to back him up, so another snare does land. And Galio, he's forced to flash out. Oh, Kaz going, oh, hit the dodge on the taunt! What a nice play, like, holy shit. But yeah.
Okay, so I don't really know what to think of that.
I mean, we're getting some high-octane gameplay here. Oh, 1v1! They're kind of going in! Killer Instinct hits! Oh my god, that's a big shot down! Like, ooh, he's definitely showing why they put so much high priority on Akali. Oh, just as I say that, he's gonna get cut out by the... I guess I can cast the Kirsten, in a way. Just about to be like... That shows you why they first pick Akali, and then... Oh, he died.
I believe that Akali actually had enough time to stay alive after killing LeBlanc, so that her bounty reset. So Caitlyn got full gold out of that kill as well, which means that now you have 3 carries who are fully afloat on the side of Black Rose, whereas you only have the Kalista who is well in her game on the side of Crux's party. Akali picking up kills is only a byproduct of the chaos in that game on the side that is installed by Black Rose taking every skirmish possible.
Yeah, and like right now we were, you know, the Kalista has to get ahead, but now it's looking more and more grim as she is actually behind her lane opponent Caitlyn by quite a large margin, like 1,000 gold, I believe. So I mean, Crolux's party, they're not looking too hot right now in this game state.
By the way, we're hitting the 19 minutes and a half minute mark on the clock, so time to speak about the itemization here a bit.
Oh, we see a snare landing on Volibear. He's a bit caught out here. The Galio is coming out. Oh, the set just to get him out there. Probably he might have got too close to the Kalista. But it looks like everyone's gonna get out here. But yeah, that ends up being just a nice pick, I guess, from
yeah, so the disengage now. And teams are moving up towards the Rift Herald. I don't think they have time for it, but the Baron's about to spawn 15 seconds now, and let's have a look over the boards in terms of items. So you have the Galio, who does have his Proto Belt, so that's in the continuity of what we're talking about, right? The going in type of build. Now, Akali does have her Hextech Gunblade since about 8 minutes now. You also have the Sunfire Cape completing on the Shen, Juggernaut Augment completing on the Volibear as well, but he's yet to finish his second item, whereas the Kha'Zix, however, does have his Black Cleaver actually since a minute now. And also you have the Maokai, who's sitting not only on the Sunfire Cape, but also on a Waters Mail and a Bramble there, so this guy is going to be feeling really good in team fights once we hit that period of the game where people want to group at Baron and team fights and whatnot. LeBlanc also, that you've been talking about, does have a needlessly large rod in her inventory, so it's going to be up to her whether she goes with the Ravenous Death Cap or the Spellbinder, because both options are open to her, and she also has an Oblivion Orb that she's not looking to complete, so I'm pretty proud of her for not sinning in terms of itemization choice.
So you can really go. We are glad when we don't. When we, when you see those Morellos in the games like this, you're kind of like, oh. I think honestly one of the best memes this season. Like the Boris Shopkeeper is like my favorite one. Oh, Volibear, he's forced to ult out of the jungle here though.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Stormbringer now down for the next 2 minutes, so that's going to be a big timer here on the side of Crux's party.
Luckily for Crolux Party, there's not a big objective to go for just yet, so they probably won't end up feeling that ult burn as much.
And that's slowly getting kicked away, by the way. Like, the gold gap was pretty much even 5 minutes ago, but right now it's 4,000 in favor of Black Rose, and it's only because they've been slowing down the pace of the game in the last 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. Like, there's no denying that Black Rose are really ahead in this game, like 3-1, as you say, like 4,000, almost over 4,000 gold up, like, we see a fight here, Akali is going in a 1v1, this is going to be definitely something, she still has the E-Connect, and the Killer Instinct is going to finish off, but meanwhile the Kha'Zix is coming in, is kind of trying to equalize, but the Shen is here to back up, plus the Galio, it's not a 1v1 my friend, it's a 3v1, she called the party, she's not, it's very bot, it might see an outplay here. He's still in the going down though. In a 1v3, the Kha'Zix ends up getting killed. More fighting here in the mid lane. Settle's going down. Galio W. And Kalista ends up giving up her life for that one. And it looked like a really messy fight, really bad situation. For
yeah, wild engage here that costs the LeBlanc's life, and then you pretty much take up a 3v4 fight in the mid lane that results in 2 players' death.
This be Baron?
So, yeah, right now that's gonna be Baron, right? Kalista has the Ruined Hurricane and the BRK completed, so there's no way that this is not going down in the next in the next 30 seconds. Watch out!
We got a TP though.
Teleports.
They're looking to contest this one. I mean, can they make it in time? Like maybe LeBlanc can, but I'm not sure. Like there's a lot of insects here. Looks like Bond's gonna make it, but they have the Galio and Valuable is alive. The knockup's going on to the LeBlanc. She's getting stalled out, but they have bought enough time to come in. And the Baron goes down to the Shen, who secures it. Meanwhile, Galio ends up going down. But how much will Crolux Party lose? The Kha'Zix just ripping through the enemy backline, but the Kali doing the same. We got Seth here. He is looking to lock this slippery one down. And oh my god! He is some sexy plays right here. And now the rest of Black Rose is coming though to try and just salvage this play. But thanks to the great moves from the mid laner of Crolux Party, they actually have a Baron left. Although it could be much worse for Black Rose.
Only that, but the Akali also took out specifically the Kha'Zix and the LeBlanc, the 2 most fed members of that Black Rose team. So, as they are assassins and they are super fed, by taking them out as much as possible, you are denying them to play around that counter.
Like we are gonna get another fight here. Neither team wants to give these objectives up. Like Shen TP is coming in. Oh, Black Rose, do you want this one? You don't have your fed members here. Oh, the guy is total 2 people. Oh, Akali, they're just ripping through the front line. Caitlyn is trying to do as much damage as she can. She is still creating. And now LeBlanc is here. It looks like Crolux Party took a bit too much time. And oh, Shen, he's so low. He's gonna be able to get the flash Q. Oh, she ends up getting it. Like 2 kills for Monks, and I mean Blackrose just saying like, nope, this is our dragon. Go back to your base like good puppies.
And now it is Welly's turn to get a double kill at a neutral objective, as he takes away the top laner and the support, and handles his team a nice Clown Drake. We haven't talked at all about the soul, by the way, but that's because the Clown Soul is like the most underwhelming one in terms of power. I feel like there are very few teams who actually utilize the Clown Soul to its effectiveness. And the thing is that Crolux Party's team is actually very good at that, because you have the Shen and Galio combo, so you want to have as much CDR as possible, because these two ultimates are not used as a defensive tool, but rather as an engage tool. So every second that you spend where they are up is a second that you can where you can overstep on the lane and get yourself some resources, get yourself some contests, and also pick up some very favorable fights.
Yeah, but I feel like it's because of all these semi-global and good ultimates that I feel like Crolux have been able to come out in some of these skirmishes, because a lot of them start off with Blackrose finding almost a member out catch a member out of position, yeah, but thanks to they're not respecting the globals enough, so they are almost end up getting punished by it a lot this game.
That could be dangerous actually, because Akali is not here. She's in top lane.
No, they want to engage Blackrose. The set ultimate comes out, but there's no E to follow up. He's gonna W to try and stay alive a bit longer. But it looks like both teams are gonna disengage. LeBlanc's trying to find some head. Kalista actually looking for the re-engage. But meanwhile, her jungler is gonna die.
Akali is here now. She's on the side. Look.
Yeah, she's gonna try here. The Shenop's coming down. They want this fight. The guy at the top. They hit the Caitlyn. They got the Caitlyn. Meanwhile, the Kha'Zix is trying to kill the Kalista, but she just barely survives. Now the Kali just duking it out with like the tank battle V2 here. So yeah, that's really good save coming out there from Crolux Party. LeBlanc actually takes the distortion back. She has to be careful. Taunt is up. He's got to end up here, but there's no follow-up. He's left alone.
Yeah, I mean, Galio not quite on the same page as his teammates right now.
Hillisang, is that you?
Not quite paying attention to his teammates' placements.
I see. I mean, if you want to aim for someone, he's aiming for one of the top supports, you know. So a true man learns everything from the one he aspires to be, not just the good things, also the flaws, you know. Maybe not, but
Hillisang didn't have the best of seasons right now.
No.
I feel like he could be performing a lot better if he didn't have to focus that much on the cleanliness of the communications between Selfmade and Reckless, so that's a bit unfortunate. But anyway, back to the game. So right now, 28-minute mark. We see a bit of a tank fight here again. Tank fight! Looks like Shen is getting the lower hand here, actually. But Maokai is going to be running out of mana at some point.
He actually has the auto-attack blocker, which should be really good for Maokai, but Maokai has no mana. He does actually end up using his ultimate for this. I don't know if it was, but Shen is taking a lot of minion damage. And here comes the Volibear, though. Oh, the minions does end up getting the kill.
Here comes another tank, though.
I guess a straight-up solo kill coming out from the tank 1v1.
Okay, wow.
I mean, seeing a Shen be solo killed by Maokai.
Hang on, Akali!
Akali, oh, she's finding him. Oh, this is really a bad situation to be in. Oh, meanwhile, we have a fight in top lane. Kha'Zix going. He's trying to assassinate the backline, but he just can't get in. But oh, the stealth could be good. He actually does not end up opting for it. He actually tries to disengage, not wanting to take the risk. As we do see, there are some major objectives coming up. So if he dies here, this could be Baron. Oh my God, Kalista! So he gets a kill on the block. This is huge. A flash in by the set. Does really Blackrose want this? Their mid lane just died. Kalista is really low though, but a few autos, she's gonna be able to heal up. And I mean, Kha'Zix desperately tries to get onto her. Like, look at her health. That's like
that was not the fight they wanted to pick on the side of Blackrose. Now losing 2 additional members on top of their AD carry who died a minute ago now. And right now it's looking very dire actually, because a lot of the tempo that Blackrose managed to acquire from minute 15 to minute 20, they have now completely lost. at minute 30. So right now you have a lot of the key items coming in on the side of Kalista, on the side of the Akali as well. You have Void Staff and Leandri coming up in her inventory. The Deadman Plate on the side of Crolux is now finally completed. Titanic Hydra on the side of Shen, and that Kalista also has.
Oh, Kalsic's going in. That's a bit early.
Oh,
Akali's
yeah,
going to be able to follow that. But I think she missed her ult, the first part of her ult, but the second part does end up connecting. Akali's getting really low. He's going to get up dropping. Akali's reload the Shen ult.
Oh,
No, she goes down. That was almost a real butt clincher, you know. But yeah, that's I mean, it ends up being a 1-for-1. But the objective does end up going to Crolux Party, so they're gonna feel pretty good about that one. But meanwhile,
it's really bugging me actually to see that Akali going for Raven's Death Cap or Spellbinder or whatever instead of a Death Dance, because Akali utilizes AD and AP so well, and also you do have an Infernal Drake, so that's added value.
Akali, it's the hero ward. No, the Kalista ult, but now she's putting herself into trouble. She's getting so low. The block. She might be able to lifesteal this Galio. The hero support is gonna block all the front line, buying so much time. Boy, he takes her down. Volbeat takes down the block with the blue smite of all things, and he does end up saving his AD carry there. And yeah,
that game just keep what?
TP Akali. I don't know if you want this one. Maybe. Actually, she just gets a kill the set because the team is talking about dealing with the Shen.
Now Shen running it down apparently.
No, it's tactical int. He distracted them from Akali so she could get a kill. You have to see this. But now it looks like Black Rose are going for the Baron. I mean, Akali is still alive, but she doesn't. It doesn't seem like she fancies trying to do anything. Her major cooldowns have been blown. So yeah, that's a Baron for Black Rose.
Yeah. I mean, every single successful play in this game just makes the game go back and forth all the time. Like one minute you see Galio getting caught and getting collapsed onto, and then the Akali teleports us in, gets the set out of the game, and now the Shen just runs back in and dies. So you're like, what the hell is happening? Everyone is just making unsynchronized plays one after the other.
Yeah, like I was expecting to see some like classic LeBlanc, you know, we have a lot of good front to back where you can like bop in as LeBlanc, poke some people, bop out, and have this really clean setup. But they're just fighting, skirmishing a lot.
They're just going at it right now.
I mean, they do still have the superior scaling. I feel like on the Black Rose, or might be wrong as I'm not through. But like the Kalista is gonna start falling off, and then it's gonna be up to like just Akali to try and make a lot of plays on these fights. What I do wanna think about actually, we mentioned like not building Morelos, but what do you think about Mortal Reminder here on Caitlyn instead of the Lord Dominic's? There are some healing champions, but I don't think that the Caitlyn is gonna be the one to auto-attack the Kalista. So
well, I mean, the thing is that the value of the Lord Dominic compared to the Multiple Reminder is so low because you already have armor penetration, right? So the added 10% armor penetration on the Lord Dominic compared to the Grievous Wound is actually inferior. So there's a lot of compositions where actually it's almost 90% of the time where Lord Dominic is superior to where Multiple Reminder is superior to Lord Dominic.
Okay. That's one thing I've had this wondering, like, oh, you always build it kind of on Paramount, but sometimes you think like maybe the other one could be better. But we see
right now
we're looking at Black Rose. They're looking for a dive here. How's it going in? The flash coming out from Shen is gonna get him safety, but the turret ends up going the way of Black Rose. And oh, Kalista's gotta be careful here, LeBlanc.
Yeah, right now Black Rose is pressuring the towers and the base, and they are looking to beneficiate from that Baron as much as possible. Look at them. They might look to end the game.
Yeah, like they have a top wave actually pushing in, so but they don't really have the mid wave. They probably should have prepped that in advance, so now they can't really rotate into another inhib. So it looks like they're just gonna go to the dragon and try and secure soul for the team. But it is not up yet, so that gives Crolux Party actually some time to react to this play.
Yeah, an additional Cloud Drake actually would be really good for that LeBlanc because it would enable her to cast ultimates not only 2 times but 3 times in the same team fight, and that would be really huge for such a champion. So right now, that position around that Drake is going to be pivotal for Black Rose. It's going to be the final fight.
I'm actually surprised Black Rose didn't clear some of the vision, try and clear some vision before they backed here, because now, I mean, now Crolux know for sure they can just walk in and try and assert some sort of control here, but looks like they don't want to fight here because they're splitting up a bit. That means they are gonna have to give up priority.
LeBlanc is here on the side though. Now Kaz is going in.
It's going in here. Kalista is trying to get out, but she's getting really low. This is looking really bad. Kalista drops, and it's huge for Black Rose. It looks like they're just ripping through Crolux party, and that's a double field for the Caitlyn. But actually, meanwhile, I think Akali just killed LeBlanc on the backside there.
Yep, that's what happened now. Shani's going to be dying here as well, and you also have... Oh, hold on though. Yeah.
Esports keeping it alive. Yeah, he's just like swagging on his opponents there.
Well, Black Rose is just going to be finishing this game right now. 20-second death timers on all members of Crux's party. It's Akali versus the world. She won't be able to defend. And right now, Black Rose opening up the series 1-0.
Yeah, and like, what a game. Like, over a kill a minute. It's been a 36-minute long game, and I mean, considering how the early game went for Crolux party, they actually did manage to find some openings to actually stay in the game.
And they did put up a fight, right?
Yeah, they actually did play well in my opinion. So get ready, boys. You're about to be on camera, so no dopey faces, fix the hair, Major Cheat. They're looking at you.
What do you mean?
As we transition into the post game, and it's so funny. We can see my casters doing the game. Anyways, yeah, as you can see right now, we have already Black Rose here leading the series with 1-0, opposing to Crolux party 0. But this will be a good starting point. They still have, obviously, a lot of things left to be done, because there's still one more game to go. But props to Deki for not dying a single time here in the top lane. The team captain of Black Rose doing a wonderful job at staying alive as a tank. Obviously, a bit easier, as for example, in other positions. We shall have a look at the graphs here and see that, for example, the damage graph is definitely showing that Caitlyn redeemed herself there later on in the game. Had a rough laning phase, but did very well in the end there, as well as LeBlanc and Kha'Zix. Definitely also some carry pants on their ass. But yeah, congrats to Akali and Kalista nonetheless. I think they had a really good game here. Little Insidious, a famous player.
Like, I mean, good on the Akali to like just that early lane phase is not easy to pull through mentally, and then you just like you get camped in the early game, you get put behind, and then but you still manage to find those crucial outplays and give some really good picks on the enemy mid laner and Kalista as well, like to just keep your team in the game.
Yeah, I think it was actually a closer game than it looked there in the end. If you look at the gold and the 8 KB difference, and that is with the Nexus and the double towers next to the Nexus. So I'd say this was a close game, but still one-sided when it comes to where the actual gold was, because the gold on Black Rose was just distributed on the carries perfectly. Meanwhile, on the Crolux party, it was only on one carry at one at a time. And yeah, sadly for them, it did not work out. But there's still a game number 2 to come up yet, so yeah, let's have a look at our beautiful lounge and listen to some music for 2 minutes, and we shall be right back here with you guys after a short break. That being said, get some popcorn, get some drinks, because Kaboom fangirls in the chat are ready for game number 2, I can already tell. Thank you for all the follows in the meantime, and yeah, we will be right back with you in exactly 1 minute and 50.
Yep, sure.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Welcome back here to the TG Diamond League. As you can see, we are ready to go. Game number 2 on the way between Black Rose and Crolux party here. And we're just waiting for everybody to get into the lobby. I'm gonna drop an invite for our lovely casters. They didn't have one yet. Oh wait, I invited Crolux instead, but that's fine, he plays anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Yeah, so we're getting ready here for game number 2 between the Black Rose team lineup and of course the lineup of the Crolux party here, who are just randomly got together today to play this game as a tribute to the stream. After this we will not see more of them because sadly they will disband, and yeah. So this is definitely just for you guys in Twitch chat, so make sure to participate today. As for example, in the vote for the MVP poll of the last game, I will remind to you this is only for the winning team. So the second this vote actually starts. It already? Oh, it did. There we go. You can vote with the exclamation mark vote command, and then either top jungle, mid, AD carry, or support. And you can vote on only the winning team, meaning in the top lane is gonna be Deki, in the jungle is gonna be Kaboom, and of course in the mid lane is gonna be Slight Smiling, if I'm not mistaken. And then what was the AD carry's name? I forgot.
Yeah, it's like smiling.
Henry Young.
On the side of Black Rose.
Yeah, and then on the support it was...
It was Deki.
No, Deki was top lane.
Deki was top lane. Yeah.
Deki was top.
Was it crippled back maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was crippled back on set support and Deki on.
Yeah,
Marker.
okay, great. There it was. Yeah, good. Figured it out.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, as both teams are about to get ready, we shall give them the links to the virtual draft, and maybe you guys can give us a bit of feedback on what you think about this game.
Like proud showing for Makali, and then yeah, good body, and you know, a lot of juicy fights. Gotta say, maybe not the cleanest game, but like more action. And that's what we like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is absolutely not. Oh my god, I have so much paint on my arm. I feel like this is absolutely not the Black Rose that I used to see. I feel like this game was much more chaotic, as if Black Rose was not taking seriously the enemy team. It really looked like they were playing with their food a bit here, trying to like pick up every single skirmish they could in the early game, whereas all they needed was just to stand by and snowball, just organize themselves and find opportunities off of their 2 assassins, and they had a really messy game because of that. At the moment they started to like play front to back, it was the dragon fight, it was the last fight, you know. So that's where they really started to snowball the game out of control for Crox's party and close out the game. But I feel like they could have done that a lot earlier, and I feel like there's a lot to correct here on the side of Black Rose as well.
But what? You know, well, maybe they're just packing for the LPL. You know, gotta fight all the time.
I mean, it's either fighting or on your way fighting. That's basically the 2 modes there are in the LPL right now.
Yeah. Did you say fight?
Fight.
Nico.
So, one thing I want to know though, for the guys in chats, why are there so many fans of Kaboom games? I want to know. I need to know, what has he done before? Where does all of this community come from? Because I do not remember that name from the TJ Diamond, so
Nope.
I do believe
It's
this
not
is
from
first
our
time
side at
partying.
least. I think it's the first time
Yeah.
I see that name. Anyways, Jungle of course got the MVP vote, fitting to your question here. So who is Kaboom Games? Give us your backside story here, looking at you fangirls out there, like for example Wiesbitter, Oli Flex and chat, as well as, who was it? Bullme007, who got timed out for being a naughty boy. So yeah, definitely if you are one of these fan girls or boys or whatever you identify as, helicopters, I don't care. Just vote, tell us the story behind your obvious simping for
God.
this guy.
God.
Anyways,
Let's
yeah.
call him God of the Jungle.
Moving on here, we shall...
The master of shadows.
Everything is fine, and I think they are about to ban. There we go. Virtual draft has started. We shall hop right into it, and as you can see, Anivia off the board, so is the Caitlyn, as well as the Akali and Wukong on the other side, so they don't want to deal with that one. Black Rose learned their lessons about Akali.
Yeah, for sure. Like, good of them to get rid of that one.
Yeah, too
But-
slippery, too hard to snowball. You don't want to face that one again in the mid lane.
They do leave the Olaf open though, which they had. They dropped. Which is the ban they dropped from last draft. So we'll see what.
It was
if
Crolux's
Crolux move.
party who banned out the Olaf and the Lulu actually. So this
Oh.
time around, you could see you could see a draft that would go with Olaf, Lulu, and Soraka, and have something in the mid lane like Irelia, for example, or goddamn, I don't know, Yone, for example. There's really a lot of room for Black Rose to draft with these types of bans, and there you go. You have already Jin locked in
And the Olaf.
and Olaf.
Yeah, and on the Crolux side, we see the mother of all ADC blind picks. Hello, Mr. Ezreal. We all love to see you. I mean, then we go for Orianna and then Soraka because we want blind picks. No. So yeah, what do you think Crolux is gonna look to try and opt into? What are the options here?
I mean, since you already have an Ezreal on the roster, you might as well go for maximum poke. So I would guess that Zoe could be an option here for not actually blind. He did play a bunch of Zoe in his former splits, but I don't know whether or not he kept that pick in his champion pool. So we're gonna have to see. I would guess that you want something obviously a bit safe as a whether support or mid, depends. So Zillion also does very well into that type of composition. Now Hecarim on the other side seems a little bit out of place here. Not gonna lie, but they do have room to turn things around in B4, B5 positions, as Black Rose now has to lock in Red 3 and Red 4. So we're gonna have to see whether or not Crolux's party actually turns things around in the later stages of the draft. Now, Karma being locked in by Black Rose, I do love that pick. Triple, I think it's a quadriflex pick actually. Here it's only a triple one, going mid, top, or support. And now Black Rose is onto the bans.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like both teams are going for both junglers have the potential to be a bit of a run-in, just running into the enemy backline here. I do think, I mean, we'll be interested to see what Crolux is going to draft here next as well. See if I feel like they have to commit to their Hecarim style here, but now we see first Kassadin being banned. From Black Rose, they probably don't want to deal with that. I would be surprised to see Kassadin Hecarim, because then you have a mid jungle that are basically farming, and then you're basically saying we fuck all early game, we just scale, so maybe they have...
The thing is that Hecarim could also go into the top lane, so you have to watch out for that kind of flex.
That is true. Maokai also coming in from Crolux. They did not like that one last game, and then Cassiopeia here, yeah.
That's now 4 mid lane bans on the side of Black Rose, so paying a lot of respect here. They also, you have to take into account that all of these bans are very aggressive bans on the side of Black Rose. So apparently either they want to have the best matchup possible into an assassin, or they want something really safe so that they could pick it a red 4. So we're gonna be seeing a mid laner that is, oh, that's a Nasus top lane blind pick actually. I'm wondering, wait, is it that guy who used to play Nasus blind pick every single game and get like Unsealed Spellbook, Ghost and Heal?
Deki?
Deki.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure because obviously we have a lot of teams over the season, so I don't remember every single name, but I think it might be actually.
I mean, if that is the case, I like it. It's fucking spicy, man.
Deki is a TJ Diamond finalist. He lost the TJ Diamond finals, and he was the one to bring up that Nasus 3 times in a row, and every time it worked very well. Obviously losing for other reasons, but right now that draft is getting really messy. Okay, so we have Ornn and Echo being picked up by Crolux's party members. you also have the echo of not actually buying one of his signature picks that he's played so much in solo queue, that he's played already so much in TJ Platinum. We've been left to see what will it do in the TJ Diamond though.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Crolux comp, that's a scary engage. And Zoe ends up going here for Black Rose. That's I mean,
Oh,
I'm a bit confused about their comp here.
yeah.
What is their style? Like, what do you think they're trying to go for here?
Okay, so I'm more confident about Crolux's party members draft actually than in Black Roses. I mean, Crolux's party has a very clear-cut identity, right? You have a weak side that is clearly identified with Ezreal and Zilean, where you're basically here saying, okay, we're just gonna be wave clearing from a distance, playing safe all early on, and you cannot dive us because we are Ezreal and Zilean. So we're super safe. There's no way we die in that bottom lane. On the other side of the map, though, we have Hecarim, we have Ornn, and we have Echo that are going to be sped up by Zilean, that are going to be resurrected by Zilean. So you basically have a ticking time on your head, and we're going to be rushing into you and dishing out damages from a distance on the backline, and that's pretty much how they are going to be playing these team fights, right? Hyper front-to-back scaling team fights. On the side of Black Rose, though, it's really messy. Like, you have Jhin, Karma, and Zoe, who are kind of here to poke things out. But then you have Olaf and Nasus, who want to go in hard into the enemy team, who want to have the enemy team go into them. Like, Nasus is going to be having a great time against Echo, Ornn, and Hecarim, but not so much about the Olaf, though.
Yeah, I mean, it feels kind of anti-synergetic. Maybe but then maybe he was just like, guys, I know what we have, but I have to go for the Nasus. But it's more, as you say, the Olaf who's like kind of getting the short end of the stick in this draft. He was picked quite early, and then the team comp ends up being anti-synergetic with him the most, I feel like. So, because if they had more, like maybe disengage, maybe they could have gone for some sort of a 4-1 poke comp with the Nasus splitting and having sort of good siege setup. But yeah, we see what they do with it, I guess.
Yeah. Also, one thing you have to mention is that this Zoe, in terms of itemization, right? If you were to go GLP Hex deck, that would be so huge, actually, because you have very few CC, you have very few hard CC on the side of Black Rose against a team comp that basically wants to hard engage you all the time. So picking up additional slows, additional setups for your team's skill shots is really big, as well as buying room for that Nasus to work well on the side lane maybe, or in team fights. So we're gonna have to watch how this game plays out. Now, I do think that Black Rose has a very clear way of making that draft work, where they put things out with their backline and use their frontliners as a gate, as an unpassable gate against the enemy frontline. Because Nasus, right, if you just straight up ignore him and let him go through, he's just gonna run into your backline and basically 2-3 shots your AD carry, right?
Yeah.
Even though you do have a Zilean on the side, that boy can basically pick up anything, because I do believe he's gonna be going Steel Spellbook, and we have sorcery secondary with like Nimbus Cloak and Celerity, so Zilean's slows will not be doing that much compared to a usual build.
I mean,
So
definitely, like, there's a reason every AD carry wants to divorce the Susan out of the game, because when Susan gets mad, Susan smashes. And then AD carry goes crying and in the corner and be like, please don't hear.
Yeah, anyways, I'll direct your attention once more against to our Twitch chat here. We have a bet still running, and as we can see already, it is looking 30 to 70% exactly. So 30% in favor of Blues. Never mind, I take that back. 27, one just bet on the red side. So yeah, people betting on red team here for the Black Rose lineup, thinking they will take game number 2 as well after the win in the first game. I was about to say convincing win, but it wasn't that convincing actually in the end. So yeah, we will look at how Crolux's party is battering for themselves here on the Rift in just a second. We obviously have to wait for the spectator delay not to give away any crucial information. In the meantime, I will also let you know that every connector that you gather is important, because at the end of the season, the top one gets a little bit of a reward. What exactly will be revealed, as I said previously on stream, I am waiting for my partner to come back from holidays so we can work on it. But we have already some ideas and something in mind. So yeah, keep betting on the right team and keep being on point with watching and chatting, and you shall get a lot of points together. If you're interested in leaderboard, just do !top, and you shall see. I'll do it in the chat once for you guys who is in the top, and if you're that top one there, like Peter Pony is right now, you get yourself some reward at the end of the season. Yeah, betting blue side is in this time Crolux Party, red side is Black Rose, and Sherlock and Major Cheese, I'm gonna force you to bet in chat now.
Oh,
So I'm winding up Twitch chat, and no one has cared to explain to me who Kaboom Games is. So I'm kind of pissed off by you guys for fanboying so hard and yet preventing me from knowing why. I want to be in on the confidence, you know.
I will ask them.
So how do I do the betting again?
Exclamation mark bet, and then either blue or red side, and then an amount between 25 and 1,000. As you can see there, Emil just did a beautiful bet, so just go with his bet. Love it.
I mean, he's really good at carrying as jungle, and Eivor says a random like everyone else. Well, since you're a big player of the
oh, so boomer right now.
Just the call I made. You don't need to do
obviously Eivor doesn't know that guy. Even though I trust you, Eivor. Hello, by the way.
It's a cheese, not be boomer.
Yeah, but I'm trying, man.
Yeah, you just have to copy, okay? I'll post it for you. Bet red, what did you do? No, blue, you want to bet on Crolux? Okay, 500, there we go. Just copy my message, then post it. There you go. I already bet, so it doesn't matter. I can post twice.
Okay, now we're going to be entering the loading screen. The most important piece of information of that game is going to be unveiled to us really soon, which is the rune and summon spell choices of that Nasus, which is going to be pivotal for the unfolding of that game, by the way.
Well, it is a Grasp of the Undying, so no unsealed spellbook, sadly, and we also have the Grasp of the Undying on, so I'm expecting Dread Noodle fight all over again, as well as Heckim running this phase rush, so being a very fast horse this time around, Crolux, new captain for his team, and Kaboom Games running that Conqueror, actually, and also no flash on Heckim, just to mention he's running Ghost. In the mid lane we have the Zoe of Ignite, so some kill pressure in lane, but she's running unsealed spellbook. On the other side we have the Echo on the TP and the Electrocutes on from the Insidious guy over here, as well as Slight Smiling running that Conqueror on the Ezreal and Zillion Airy, as well as Karma Comet, and of course Fleetwood Rock on the Jhin. Both of the AD carries running heal, and the supports Ignite.
I'm so pissed off.
You expected something else?
I'm super pissed off.
Elaborate, Mr. Sherlock.
You have that Nasus. Suddenly, that guy is just fucking useless in that composition. Like, oh my god, the summoner spellbook with Ghost and Heal enables him so much access to the backline and enables him so much kill threat on the side lane. All of that disappears when he has Grasp. Like, he cannot do anything. The Zillion is going to be slowing him down to death. Hecarim is running at Mach 20, and Ezreal was just Arcane Shift away, and there's no way for him to catch up. So, suddenly, that Nasus that was so promising, that was a supposed impassable gate, is not going to be able to do anything in that composition. At all. Oh my god.
He wants those booger snacks in top lane, you know? It gets lonely out there. He wants to eat something when he gets hungry, you know? You can't carry the game on an empty stomach. Everyone knows that.
Why do you have to have Grasp? Why the hell? Goddamn Omnistone! Goddamn Omnistone is a better rune!
True, Hamid. Maybe not. I mean, I think my bet is safer. My brain was like, okay, I really like the comp from Crolux, but my body was like, if this is not like a fucking unsealed spellbook, ghost, heal, whatever, Nasus top lane, I just have to, I just want to ban it because of the hype train. But I'm glad I didn't, because this I mean, went down quite fast.
Someone saying in chat that Deki is not the top lane main, it's understandable, he wouldn't think about these things. Well, it's understandable that you do not think about your rune choices, but it's not understandable that you do not know about the top meta of a game. Like, you know that Nasus is strong, but you do not know why, and that's a really huge problem. Because then you are picking Nasus in a team environment, and you do not actually know why the pick is pickable in a team environment. So that way, you're actually not a player in that game. You're actually not a factor in that game, because you're not utilizing the strength of your pick to actually benefit your team. You're just a dead weight at this point, and that's why it's pissing me off that much.
I mean, to be hypothetical, he does have the B mode, so at least the emo him is on point.
I mean, he has B mode, so
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, now
Cillian
keep
in
trading
trouble
the
in what
bot lane.
lane? Oh, Flash!
Yep.
At first, blood going over to Black. Tank.
Holy moly.
Oh no. I wanted to go. I guess it's too early to go tank fight the rants or chant. My favorite thing. Yeah, I think they're gonna be fine here though. But oh, nice sidestep there coming out from the Jhin.
I'm going to tell you something. If Nasus here is playing with the correct runes and summon spells, and the bottom lane gets one kill like that in the early game, it's game over already. And right now we have a gank top lane actually. Olaf.
Oh.
Game.
Oh, double
Close
knockup
but you
coming out from the Ornn. I mean, Olaf, he's kind of. Oh, this goal is so close. Oh no, the flash! Oh, the flash again! So many things invested there. Ends up being a 1-for-1, but Nasus getting a kill. I guess you're even more bummed that he doesn't have the right runes, because that would be really devastating.
Yeah, now imagine if he had a heal to heal Kaboom games right there. Would have been cool, right?
Oh! Knock up Tardai! And
What's happening?
seems like he overstayed his welcome there a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna stop flaming Nasus now. I think he got his fair amount of diss from me on that. In that
No. We don't flame. It's constructive criticism.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously it is. Can't be anything
we
else,
just
right?
we just want the best for this. You know, he doesn't. He's not a top lane man, as to say. So we just want to teach him about the wondrous world of the top lane. Oh, Jhin is in trouble here though. General, the hero karma. The hero karma. Is gonna do it. Oh, the flash in the end, Ezreal! Ooh.
That's bad. That's really bad.
That's gotta sting.
Well, that's going to be even more snowball into the favor of the Black Rose bottom lane now, especially since Olaf has now is now done with his top side of the map, and so he's going to be.
Oh, a flash coming out from Echo.
He's going to be pressuring so much that bottom side from now on.
Yeah, and meanwhile we had a drive-by from Hecarim.
What is Deki doing?
Oh, yeah, he's almost getting 1v1 again in the Ornn matchup. I don't know, I feel like the... Is this the room? Sorry if I'm cutting off.
Die.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's just that. But what I wanted to ask you just like before this happened is like, is Ornn into Nasus like a good matchup for the Ornn? I feel like into tanks Nasus usually gets pretty happy because he can farm very safely.
Well, Ornn is a very special kind of tank because he's one of the tank with the most base damage of the game. But the thing is that you're not supposed to fall that low into the Ornn, especially if you're running the Doran's Blade, what am I saying? Corrupting Potion. The thing is that you're not gaining enough sustain from your rune choices here. If you just quickly let me check what secondary runes is he running. If the camera would stop panning over. So he's running Bone Plating right now and Overgrowth instead of Revitalize and Second Wind right now, which do proc on the Nasus innate lifesteal. Which is mainly one of the reasons why he's falling so low on health in the lane, because he's not having any kind of sustain in his runes. But yeah, this lane is just bad rune choices and bad understanding of the champion. That's why it's so one-sided.
Yeah. See, I mean, support everyone. Support to practice your champions for your tournament games. What we're gonna see here, I mean, a lot has happened. Still, the gold just looks very even.
By the echo on the Zoe. Oh, that
Getting out really ahead of him.
That could have been really dangerous here. Ulting on top of the Echo Ghost, giving him a free 200 and whatnot damages. But fortunately for that Zoe, Echo is running teleport, so he does not have yet the damages to one burst her to death. And right now, if you look overall at the game, right, you have the Karma who's sitting on a big lead here.
Got another clap here in the top lane. Ornov does end up connecting on us. He is not looking long for this world, but he's gonna be able to go out.
Oh, Zilean though.
He's in trouble. The 4th shot connects there, and yeah, he's just exploded. Meanwhile, in top lane, it looks like Orbit of a bit more than Kashuti, but Jin as well. Like, oh, we just got fights. And Hacker going, he's trying to clean this one up. I mean, he's just smashing the cover, but I think 1v3 is not odds you want to take.
Okay, so game's over now. I'm calling it. You have, like, the main condition of...
Oh, TP into the Paddle of Convergence.
Yeah.
Oh, nice dodge! With the auto.
Okay, nothing's going to happen further out of that play now, even with the Olaf. So, the main win condition of Black Rose right now is for the Jhin to get ahead. If Jhin manages to seize a considerable lead, and now Zoe is about to get a kill. Oh,
yeah. Flashing Knight. Yep, that secures it.
But yeah, if the Jhin and the Zoe manage to get a lead, this is a 100% win, because suddenly the poke side of that composition is enabled, and because of that, they can play around their main way of team fighting, which is poking people down and having enough damage to completely out-sustain the enemy team. And suddenly Zilean is not relevant anymore, because he cannot space control, he cannot he can resurrect people, but you know, using the chrono shift because someone is getting poked down is completely different from using your chrono shift in the heat of a team fight to rest someone from all in. Because poke is something that you can rinse and repeat, whilst the chrono shift has a 30-40 second cooldown in the late game. Especially considering that first get Drake of the game is a Cloud Soul, is a Cloud Drake, so we are not going to be having any Cloud Drake going over to Crolux's party members.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have the tools that I want to have when I'm against Zilean in solo queue, but instead I have the random Shake or one trick in the jungle that just going in being useless, because every time he tries to go in he just gets Zilean ults the target, he goes in and it just dies, and then it's like, yeah. Oh, 45 again, I guess.
Oh my god, the dirty damages here by the Karma onto the
balanced champion, by the way.
Karma is for sure really strong in the meta right now.
Yes.
Especially paired with the Jhin, you know, you have so much poke. Oh, that could be
have a gank here in the top lane. The Ornov. Oh, it's gonna completely miss, and he's forced to flash, and he's gonna go down. But here we have the Onslaught of Shadows missing from the Hacker. Jhin curtain call coming out here. Is he gonna be able to snipe him down? Oh, the crow! It's actually gonna end up saving the Hacker life there.
Yeah, Karma stepping aside to trigger the Chrono Shift. Now Hacker will be going back.
She wanted
to
do
top lane though.
Oh, the Herald pop as well.
Herald coming down. That's lots. Oh, okay.
Taking a fight in the bottom. Yeah, this is. Oof, that's a lot of gold going on to Olaf there.
Camera going top and bot switching all the time, baiting us into thinking there's a lot
Yeah,
of action.
oh, that's a whiffed flash Q from the Karma. She might end up having to pay for this with her life. Yeah, she ends up going down, but the Drake... Oh, the Blasco Gen! I don't think you wanted to take that one. Oh, like, so many things happening all at once. Like, Dragon going over to Crolux, but on the top lane, this Nas is just getting like 2 turrets, and what was it, like, they got several plates as well. Like, almost 4 plates, I believe. Spent on the Olaf and the Nasus, and yeah, so, I guess, who ended up getting the win there, and if you're gonna try and compile it, this one?
Definitely Black Rose. Like, anything that happens in that game, from this game state, is definitely in the favor of Black Rose, because of how much the Jinx is ahead compared to the Ezreal, because of how much gold is sitting on the bottom lane combined. And because also you have that Nasus, who sure is not running the right runes, but he does have a strong 1v1 from now on into the Ornn, and he's going to be able to threaten, to a lesser extent of course, but he's still going to be able to threaten to be a threat in the side lanes and to force rotations onto him. So right now, the only thing that could be favorable for Crolux's party members is to take down that bottom lane and then restrict the terrain that Black Rose can manipulate by putting out some vision and by taking down some tier 1 turrets, and finally being able to invest into that enemy jungle, because that's clearly what you want to do when you have Echo, when you have Hecarim, and also when you have the Call of the Forge God long range engage.
Oh, no, W hitting there. Cillian, he might be forced to ult here. No, he's actually gonna
Hold on to it.
Yeah, but Olaf, he's looking. The meat is gonna
Oh my god!
get thrown out, and the Karma Q secured. Like,
Nope,
wait, still a Chrono Shift? Oh, that's it's old. Oh no, but the sleep stops the. Oh no, we got a big fight here though. I don't know if Crolux wants to take this one. Their health bars are looking very low. Oh, the sleep! He dropped a hit, and boom, splatters onto the jungle.
That's going from bad to worse in for Crolux's party right now.
They don't seem to be done though. They wanted the meat, they say.
Yeah.
They
Right now,
want
it looks
to
like
eat
Black
their
Rose-
protein to be strong boys. And they do end up.
Right now, Black Rose just chipping away at these tier 1 towers, and I feel like taking down that tier 1 in the mid lane means that you no longer need to take down the tier 1 in the bottom lane, because you have already taken tier 1 and tier 2 in the top lane, which means that if you look up the line of defense for Crolux's party, suddenly, whenever someone is sitting on under their tier 1 bottom, it's overextend. Because you are so far away from the terrain that you control. You are so far away from any source of rotation from the tier 2 mid, from the tier 3 top. So if Black Rose want to snowball as much as possible, they should not take that tier 1 in the bottom lane. They should just let it be and dive whoever comes to defend. Now Echo, though, in a bit of a weird spot here.
He is trying to take a fight. Yeah, I don't think you want to beat on the raid boss alone. I mean, raids are for multiple people. But he does not. Nothing more happening there. But yeah, if we look on the other side here on Crolux, they have fallen quite far behind. If you were Crolux, what would you be looking to do to try and come back into this game?
Well, first things first, I would be looking for my first power spike, which would be the Ezreal second item and the Echo's second item. The thing is that you are so far away from actually getting there that you need to stall a lot, and that means bring your bot lane up to the mid lane, give up a lot of towers, and avoid that kind of fight that we're seeing happening.
Going down to slap my. I mean, the meat. The Butcher going in, just slapping them. But Zoe's end up going really low, and John's gonna come down by the Owen there, but Olaf is gonna surely even this one up. And meanwhile, Estrad's getting snared down a bit, but he seems to be fine. So,
Yeah,
a lot of...
it is fine for sure on the side of Black Rose, but right now that kind of fight is so